How's it going, guys? This is Jason again. Man, I still get nervous getting in front of this screen. But I know it's been a while since my last video. I got kind of caught up in life, doing things with the Navy, just life moving on one point to another. I'll make videos as I go about things that have been happening in between. This video is actually going to be about C School. Somebody was asking about that. You guys seem to really like my A School video of me graduating. I'm about to graduate my next C School. And it'll be a total of 4 C Schools that I've attended. I'm sure you guys want to know how long the C School is and how hard and other questions. So I'm gonna get right into this. Made myself a little, I keep looking down, I made myself a little list here of questions and stuff to ask. I just haven't figured out the best way to freaking set it up to where I could show you guys. I'm still working on this. I'll start off with, I wrote down how long school is. Now, school, man, oh my God, 4 schools. My first one was a month long. All right, that one is a school that they taught me how to solder on a circuit card, like a motherboard or the little card that comes inside your remote, like I have here. Little remote, there's a little board that in here, so when you push a button it sends a signal out to the TV or whatever. I work on those, so they taught me how to do that, and that was a very hands-on course, which was I loved it. It was hands-on. I've done soldering in the fleet, not quite to that level, but it was nice knowledge to be put on top of what I already know. And it looks great for the civilian world. There's a lot of companies that I know that like having people who've been trained in doing that, because it means that they don't have to bring in somebody new and train them to do it. So that was the first school I went through, and when I first moved from Illinois to Norfolk, and I was in Norfolk for a month doing that school. For some people it was really hard. We had one person drop out because they're not a very hands-on person. Some people they struggled, and the rest of us that caught on were either slow because we weren't quite sure what they were asking for, or we were too fast. So those of us that were too fast ended up having to do a lot of rework. We had to take in projects. They got turned away, so we had to do a new project. Those of us who took slow, where we were trying to basically be perfectionists and get it as perfect as we could. So not only do we need to get it perfect, we also have to be timely. So we had to learn what we could get away with, and that will still be a solid repair, and would, if it were to put in an actual application, would hold for the rest of the time we were in the Navy. Which for some people is 20 years. So they want that repair to hold the entire time the ship's in the fleet, which ships can be in the fleet like 50, 60 years. It's insane. My second school that I went through was my first Mark 160 school. And that was after I did a couple of weeks in what they call a holding status, which was in between school. And I went from Norfolk, Virginia, to Virginia Beach, Virginia, to a small base that they have training done there over by the air base. So I was in Virginia Beach learning how the 5-inch gun operates through the computer, the computer system, the whole system, everything that comes together to make it to where the 5 guns. This is the they call it it's like the earlier mod that they have for the earlier ships. So I had to learn that system, how the computer ran, what communicated with what component, how to repair it if something goes wrong, how to fire the gun, which we didn't spend too long on that. I think they just assumed that we're going to learn it in the fleet. But it was basically teaching us what our system, what the system not only does, but how to fix it. Then that one was 3 months long. Then I dropped into a holding. We had some complications go through, so it pushed it out a little further. We dropped into a holding status again for about 2 days. Then we come back into a school, and I started the next one, which is the modification that followed that, which basically was like different. It changed what was new to the system that changed from the old system. So they got rid of some things and they added some more things, and I had to learn again what communicated with what each component was called, how to freaking order parts, and how to fix it when I had gotten everything done, on top of also firing using the system. So even though we didn't actually have a gun to fire or anything like that, it was all simulated, which I learned how to do all that, which is basic gist. And then right after that one was a month long, and then straight into my next course, which is the one I'm currently in and about to graduate next week. That one's a month long as well, and it's another difference course. What they took away, what they added. Take a lot of things away, what they added, what they made easier, what is more complicated, everything else, have to learn about it. What again, back to components, what communicates with what parts, how to order parts, how to fix the system, and how to use the system. So we had to learn all of that over again. There's a lot of detail there. So I ended up with 4 C schools. Some people get that many, others get 2, some get 1. Everybody's is different. So oh yeah, I couldn't read my own handwriting there for a minute. Like, oh, what's going on? So anyway, got 2 of my fellow sailors that are going through a similar course as or went through my first course actually at C school. I'm going to actually have them on the channel tomorrow with me. We're going to do a live stream. They're both females, so any of the females that have questions that about boot camp, A school, C school, in between, what they do for fun, you guys can come in tomorrow. It's going to be at 1700 East Coast time, so Virginia time, obviously, which it's going to be 5 o'clock for those who don't know military time. So in the military, it's 1700, and what we call civilian time or Virginia time is going to be 6 o'clock. Oh no, 5 o'clock. My bad. My math's off. I don't know what's wrong with me. Frying my brain here, people. Frying my brain, I swear. But that'll be going on. So anybody with questions, you can do that. And the girls would really like your guys' support to freaking check out and get involved to ask questions. They are a little nervous. They've never done anything like this before. I asked them and to make sure that they were okay with it, and they're okay with viewing. They may not talk a whole lot, or they may have more to say than what you guys think, but just bear with us. They haven't done a whole lot. I am not 100% sure how they want to have themselves introduced. So when come on tomorrow, you guys will figure out who they are. Maybe we can convince them to possibly put out more information. So even if they're not in the video following that, you could ask me questions. I can get it to them, or they can you can get the information on your own on how to be able to contact them through whatever source that they feel okay with releasing. If you guys ask the question, you just they're doing this. It's new. It's new for me, and I'm nervous about it. So are they. So tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I keep wanting to say 6, but it's not. It's 5 o'clock and everything. I don't know why. So tune in for that, guys. That'll be good. For those of you that are just getting into my channel, please subscribe. When you guys subscribe, it lets me know that I'm doing good. I am now going, I don't know. Jeez, man. Sometimes I think I should edit this stuff out, but at the same time I think leave it in, because I don't know if you guys are going to laugh at it, if you guys find it funny or not, or if you guys just want to call me stupid or use whatever word you use, and it's really getting in there. I'm not sure if I'm cursing. I don't edit that stuff out, so if I do curse, I apologize. I really do. I'm a sailor. It comes out sometimes. I'm sure the girls are going to try to freaking keep their tongue as clean as possible as well. And please like this video, like these videos. When you guys like these videos, it lets me know you actually like seeing what I'm putting on. So a little bit more of what's been going on. I did manage to go on a DC trip. While going through school. That was fun because DC's only about 3.5 hours away from where I'm at, so I was able to drive up there on a long weekend. I took a 4-day weekend over Memorial Weekend and did that trip. It was absolutely beautiful. When I first was getting ready to go, and I was a little nervous because I wasn't sure about parking, about driving, what was going on. One of my friends that are going to be on the video tomorrow, her family actually lives up North Virginia near Maryland, so we were able to stop there the night before we went actually to DC. So, and her parents were getting us information of where to go and everything else. I managed to get a hotel for a pretty decent price and be able to stay there all weekend at the hotel. I was surprised to hear that all the museums that we went to were free, not just for military, but for everyone. They were free. So those were awesome. I walked around, took plenty of pictures, took videos. I'll probably put a few in the video afterwards for you guys to see, because we checked out memorials. I loved it. So all the history, it was absolutely beautiful, and it was a perfect day. Like, they were talking about a storm coming in, and we go out there and it's sunny, 85-degree weather, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We tried to see as much as we could in the time that we had. There's a lot to see, surprisingly. I had to make sure to go see the Lincoln Memorial. I had to make sure I went and I saw the World War II and Vietnam memorials. I had to see those things, the things that really defined our country and all of that. Learn new things that I hadn't seen before. The Space Museum. I was really excited for the Aviation and Space Museum. I checked out a picture museum to see some pictures. We went and we just absolute like natural history. There were so many museums, I couldn't see them all. I haven't made a second trip back because there was other things going on in my life, and it's basically I need an entire weekend to go back and see more. That's just not, I can't do it on a day trip. I can't, it's just absolutely beautiful. The lake that was out there in front of the Lincoln Memorial was absolutely beautiful. Everything, I just loved it so much walking. I checked out restaurants, ate food that is actually really good, a great quality. Granted, it was a little higher price for food, but you know what? It's well worth it. Like, I would not take it back for anything. There's things that you have to see. There's you can take tours. We saw plenty of tour buses going around. You can get bikes and pay $1 for a bike and ride the bike around for an hour and check things out. Just absolute. If you're into fitness and you like fitness, you can basically jog up to the Washington Memorial. It's got uphill, downhill, absolutely beautiful pictures. Everything. Got to walk by the White House, see it from a distance. I couldn't see it up close. Wish I could, but I had to basically book that tour in advance, and I didn't. So I got to see it from a distance. Still love seeing it. It was absolutely great. When I got out there, if I would have gotten out there like, I don't know, maybe an hour earlier, I would have actually gotten to see the helicopter take off from the White House with the president aboard. That would have been really cool. Wish I would have been able. That would have been nice to be able to be up closer for that sort of stuff. Maybe even see where the president does his business in the White House. But that's a tour for another time. It would have been just the ability to be able to get on that tour, because it's a high-packed tour, is a privilege on its own in my mind. Absolutely great. I got to go in and see things. Got to see architecture that you don't see anywhere else in the country. You get to see artwork that you don't see anywhere else in the country. We even went and saw the zoo, the National Zoo, which isn't a really for the National Zoo. It's not as big as you think, but it's all outdoors, and it's really nice zoo. They take really good care of it and the animals and everything. So it was really nice, but it was a really hot day when we went, kind of muggy. So all the animals were inside sleeping, and we just did what we could with what we had. So we did a great time. I'll put some videos. I maybe have like 1 or 2 videos that I'll put in at the end of the video. So if you guys stick around and check that out, you guys get to see it too. I absolutely love it. You get to, there's one of the girls that's going to be in the video tomorrow is in some of those pictures and videos. The other girl is not. She's now my wife, and in Spain. That'll be a story for another time. So you guys can raise questions about that, because the last time I talked to you, I was single. So that's pretty much all that I've got written down for now. I've got ideas for more videos. I've started already writing questions down to ask the girls for you guys tomorrow. So if you don't tune in, you get to still get the information you need afterwards. So I got a whole list of questions for them that I'm thinking that you guys want to ask. But you guys, as you guys ask the questions, we'll ask them the questions you guys ask, and I'll save my questions for when just to fill any gaps that there may be. So if you guys could actually hit that like button, mash that like button, tell me how much you guys like this, like seeing more videos like this, let me know. And if I could get 200 likes, I will put up a video much sooner than what I have been, guaranteed. Thank you, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Y'all are so slow.
You are slow.
Damn.
Am I getting everything behind me?
Smile. Yeah, you do.
Look at all these people. Let's see if we can find our way up. What are these? Marble? Granite. No, it's granite. I think. I don't know. Somebody will correct me. Go out in the middle here, see. Real quick. And there's other people. He went up to the door, looked in the window.
Can't see him? He rolled right in the grass. See, he just came up.
I know.
Let's see if he goes higher. You see him?
He's saying, feed me.
You see him? He's coming up.
Yeah, I
Mama, get your camera.
No,